This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker of Antelope Valley Florist.
I'm Aaron Goldstein from Goldstein Digital. Our first guest is Jamie Smith from CCRC.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi there, how are you?
Wonderful. CCRC.
Child Care Resource Center.
I see that sign all the time. Where is the office?
We're located kind of behind Palmdale Walmart on Division and Legacy. It's off of O and Division, technically. It's a whole warehouse center back there. Nobody knows it's there.
And that's kind of okay. That's
Yeah.
kind of okay that nobody knows where you are.
Yeah, it works out.
And how long has CCRC been in the Valley?
We've been here since 1976. We just celebrated 40 years of servicing children, families, child care providers, and the community.
Now, Anna Zarley over at the Chamber office wanted to get you on the show right away.
Yes.
Because you have a couple of events coming up. But before we talk about the events, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what CCRC does?
We do all kinds of things. I mean, we have a lot of programs based around early care and education. We can help you find quality child care for your children. If you're low income qualified, we can definitely help you get into a program that will help fund child care for you. We have health and nutrition classes and CPR certifications. We can help you become a qualified child care provider. We do all kinds of things.
But it's not just all about kids.
No, we help the parents as well. Just like I said, you can become a child care provider through us, and the CPR certification is all for adults as well.
Literacy. First of all, what is literacy? I told you I was going to ask you that question.
Yeah, you sure did.
Okay.
Literacy is defined by the ability to read or write in a way that allows you to effectively communicate.
Used in a sentence.
Why can't literacy be taught in 3 days?
There you go. It takes more than 3 days.
Absolutely. It takes quite a long time.
And there is a literacy issue in the Antelope Valley?
There's a big literacy issue in the Antelope Valley with 21% of our families out here living below the poverty line. Some households don't even have any children's books for their kids. So there's actually some pretty disturbing details that I brought along with me. 21% of adults in the U.S. read below a 5th grade reading level, and 19% of our high school graduates can't actually read. There's $230 billion in healthcare costs linked to low adult literacy, meaning if they could more effectively read and understand what is on their healthcare papers and things like that, they might be able to make better decisions for themselves. But the lack of literacy is holding them back.
I don't know about kids, but what does it take to teach an adult who spent all their life not reading? Are they motivated to read?
Not necessarily in a lot of ways, but the thing that we're finding is the kids that we're providing with these services are then going home and sharing it with their families, which inspires them to be better so that they can grow with their child.
Wow, so this is a good thing.
Yeah, this is a family-wide, whole household community building, really.
So what types of programs teach kids to read?
We help run the early Head Start programs and Head Start programs out here, which are preschools that we are already teaching literacy at an early age, because if you give the love of learning early, it fosters their growth in the community, because the better that they can do for themselves, the better they'll feel about themselves, and it spreads. If you're not showing them how good it can be, they never really know.
Wow. The fun of learning.
Yes.
But why wasn't algebra fun in high school for me?
Oh, I can't say a thing about math.
Yeah.
No, I have no literacy in the math department.
What are the programs coming up?
So the events we have
The
coming
events.
up, our Laughs for Literacy is the first one. It's our second annual over at Lucky Luke's Brewing in Palmdale. It is a comedy event. I bring out 3 or 4 comedians from the Valley. They donate their time so graciously. We bring in a food truck to give you dinner and your first beers for free once you buy your ticket or other drink of choice. They get to entertain us all night long, and all of the proceeds go back to CCRC, which then funds our next event called Laps for Literacy. This is one that we've held over at the Jethawk Stadium for 8 years now. It used to be a 5K event, and we've kind of outgrown that. Thankfully, a lot more families are showing up, and having a great time with us. Every kid that comes to any one of our events gets a free age-appropriate book of their choice. At Laps for Literacy, every family also leaves with a bag of fresh fruits and veggies with some idea cards and things on how to make some really nutritious, healthy meals for their kids. There's all kinds of vendors and activities to do, and we have a little glow run for the kids at the end of the night. Super fun, free family event that I love attending.
The Jethawks are all into family.
They sure are.
And you've been doing that over there for 8 years?
8 years now.
This will be the 8th year. That's a nice connection.
Yeah, it's grown exponentially, like I said. But we love having it there. It's where everybody knows it, and it's like home for us.
So you've got laps and laughs.
Laps and laughs.
That's not
yes.
confusing, is it?
No, not at all.
You have to know how to read, right?
Exactly, literacy.
Oh, I see.
All
That's
comes
a motivation.
back around. Yes.
So, what's your title over there at CCRC?
I technically am their fundraiser here in Palmdale. I am part of a communications team that is based out of our headquarters office in Chatsworth. But I am the business and community outreach associate.
Does that entail trips to Chatsworth for meetings?
Occasionally, yes.
But that's kind of fun, right?
Yeah, I get to just roll my windows up and sing my way down there, no big deal.
How long have you been in this role over at the office?
This is my 3rd year.
You getting pretty good at it?
I feel like I'm doing all right.
Have you met everybody in the Antelope Valley?
Almost. Not
Almost.
quite everybody, but almost, yeah.
Yeah, because this is a position where, I mean, you have to know all the movers
You
and
gotta
shakers.
know the people to get the things done, yep. But that's why we're here.
Yes, that's right. And you have a connection over at Lucky Luke's.
I sure do. My brother and his beautiful wife own it, Brian and Samantha Schmitz. They opened that a little over a year ago. They're doing fantastic, and they're big community supporters, so they offered to let us hold our events at their place.
What's the address of Lucky Luke's, do you know?
610 West Avenue O, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unless you go down Avenue O, you wouldn't know where it was.
Luckily, it's right on Avenue O, though, so if you're driving down it, you can see the sign.
Is that why it's called Lucky Luke's?
That's actually for our great-grandfather.
Ah.
Yes, his name was Luke, and we just adored him, so Brian did a spectacular thing to honor him. And just about everything in there has to do with him in some way.
Did I see pennies in a table?
A penny top bar, yes.
Yeah, penny
We
top
spent
bar.
many times with we called him Papa, collecting pennies. He had books and books of penny collections.
Pennies in a row, like by year?
Yeah,
Or
there's
just lots of
actual
shiny?
penny collection books
Okay.
that you go by year, but not the bar top.
Okay.
There is one tails penny on the whole bar, though. You'll have to find it yourself.
Wow. I don't
I'm
know
not
if I
gonna
spent
share the
enough
hint.
time at the bar. I'm kind of a Pepsi drinker myself.
Don't worry, they have that too.
Okay. So what else? I should say, how big is your crew over there at CCRC? Because you work on a lot of different programs.
There are. In our facility here in Palmdale, our main facility, there's around 70 employees. But we also count all of our preschool facilitators as employees as well. So through our whole company, we're just over 700 people.
In the Antelope Valley?
No, as a whole.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
That includes San Fernando,
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino.
Mhm.
Okay. How many in the Antelope Valley?
I'm-
150?
I'm not 100% sure on that because I haven't counted our facilitators lately. But I'd range right between 100 and 120.
But they're all over the place doing all sorts of different things.
Yeah, different preschool locations.
Who came up with the idea for the Laps for Literacy?
Laps for Literacy was thought up by my bosses, Susan Montalvo and Bill Swindle. They've been doing this a long time and just absolutely love what they do and know what each community needs. So they really tailored this for our area.
Then they're glad they found you,
Well, yeah, because I already live here. This is my place.
and you enjoy it.
Yeah, sure do.
How do people get in touch with you?
The easiest way to get in touch with me is through my email, jsmith@ccrcca.org, or my office phone number is 661-789-1210, extension 7107.
Do you have any idea when CCRC joined the Lancaster Chamber?
Before I came in by a long shot, I want to say close to 12 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for being a chamber member.
absolutely. It's our pleasure.
It's a smart business. Well, business, it's a smart move.
Yeah, networking is beautiful through the chamber.
You meet lots of people.
All kinds of people, usually willing to help as well.
And the Chambers kind of weaves the thread that makes the community a wonderful place.
Yeah, actually, I take in donations from local community members all the time. We get gently used books or new books for children 0 to 13, and I can go pick those up anytime.
Oh, see, you opened up a can there. So you said in your office you have piles of
Donated coats, donated books, donated children's toys.
children's toys, gently used,
Mhm.
money.
Yeah, well, we always put that to good use. Right now, we're trying to incorporate STEM into all of our preschool programs.
Yeah. So what I notice when we have the different events, you don't have to wait for an event
Not at
to
all.
make a donation.
Not at all. We use it right here in the AV, no matter when it comes in.
It all stays here.
Yep.
You could never have enough money.
No,
Enough
probably
donations.
not. We would find ways to use it to benefit our kids out here.
There's a big need out there.
Yeah.
What else do we need to talk about?
Let's see. I've got our lending library is pretty fantastic. It's in our
Books.
office. Yeah, books and toys. Learning books and toys. It's all free to families. You just come on in at our library hours, and we can set you up with some great things to take home and return when you're done.
And that library will be here in Palmdale.
Yes, at the CCRC facility.
So they can Google you and get your phone number and figure out where you are and make
Absolutely.
an appointment to come over and borrow some books
Yep,
and maybe get a bag of groceries.
possibly so.
Meet you,
Yep, I'm there all the time.
and you're a great recruiter for the organization.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you again for being a member for the Lancaster Chamber
Thank
of
you.
Commerce. What are the dates on the two events?
Laughs for Literacy is Tuesday, June 13th from 6 to 9 p.m. And Laps for Literacy is Saturday, October 14th.
We've been talking with Jamie Smith from CCRC. Thank you.
Thank you.